joined with Tim Smith from US Gold. Tim, thanks for sitting down with us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me. Great to be here at Boca Raton at the World Symposium.
So I assume you've been coming to conferences like this one for years, and I always find it interesting to do sort of a temperature check at these conferences, especially when it comes to just sentiment. How are the conversations going? What's the attitudes and excitement from the people you're talking to? From this time last year to today at the World Symposium, the price of gold's up nearly $1,000. Do you think that we're seeing that kind of euphoria in the market? Do you think that this is early? What's going through your head right now when you think about the gold equity markets?
I think there's still quite a bit of runway in the gold price. You know, listening to some of the keynote speakers yesterday and the fireside chats and things like that. BRICS countries are still buying. The central banks are still buying. Everybody's predicting that they're going to continue to buy. So there's a continued demand for bullion. I think that's going to continue to see upward price mobility in gold, and we're running short of copper. We know we need a lot more copper, and we're at obviously an all-time high for gold and copper. I think the general mood here is one that is we're waiting for equities to really catch up. There's certainly some frustration with equities. We should be seeing more of the equities closer tracking the gold price and the other commodities. We're seeing lagging with that. So we need some positive news to come out from the majors, I think. We need to see them pay healthy dividends back to their shareholders, pay some of their capital back, and really attract some fresh investment into our sector. But generally, I think there's a lot of optimism just based on those surging commodity prices.
So let's talk about US Gold. It's the first time we've had a chance of chatting. What's the high-level overview of the company?
Okay, so US Gold is a single asset company based on the Whistler copper gold project located in Alaska. Don't be confused with the Whistler in British Columbia. This is a large porphyry copper gold project. It's a gold-rich variety of porphyry copper projects. It's located 100 miles from Anchorage, so it's the closest large undeveloped gold copper project to that main population center. Of course, in addition to the population center, it's quite handily located to infrastructure as well. So we're talking port, rail, road, and power, grid power. The state in particular is really moving forward under Governor Dunleavy with some very strong resource development policies. And one of the key factors there that is going to be of tremendous benefit to our project is that they've designed a road that will connect that infrastructure with the Whistler project. So that will allow us, obviously, in the future to bring equipment, machinery, people, and consumables into a future mine site at Whistler, just 100 miles from Anchorage. And of course, then to ship concentrate out to port for shipment. The state has done this off its own bat. They designed the road leading directly to our project. So we see a significant capital reduction opportunity in terms of upfront capital, that is, to the project, and tremendous tailwinds with respect to permitting that road as well. So very excited, not only for the I guess the basics, the fundamentals of the project itself, but given our location, we're really seeing ourselves as a key beneficiary of some of these policy tailwinds in Alaska right now.
So recently there's been a lot of movement in the stock of Northern Dynasty and the Pebble project.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is a sign that the things are about to really turn here for some of the projects that have struggled?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's very exciting times. I just talked about some of the state tailwinds. I think Northern Dynasty and some other projects in Alaska are currently beneficiaries and set to be beneficiaries for at least the next 4 years under the Trump administration. We're seeing Doug Burgum and others. Doug Burgum, of course, is a Secretary for Department of Interior, heading up to Alaska just a few weeks ago, leading a contingent to really investigate opportunities to work hand in hand with the state to fast track development of natural resources. And we're not just talking copper and gold, we're talking energy resources and other natural resources as well. They are looking at ways to really fast track some of the big projects. I think The geologic potential in Alaska is just second to none. It's my pick globally for potential. But it's a big state and it lacks infrastructure, so it really needs the feds and the state to work hand in hand to plan and design and build out the infrastructure that's going to help develop that resource development in the future.
So what's the game plan for the next 12 months for US Gold? If I'm an investor sitting at home watching this, or I have you guys on my watch list, what am I looking out for over the next year?
So the key two milestones for us, and I'll start with the first, which is the preliminary economic assessment. We just announced that a couple of months ago. We're partnered with Ausenco, who are an extremely well-regarded engineering firm, very experienced in this type of deposit and in this geography, to lead those studies. We will be bringing that out before the end of the year. Now, that's on the back of the 75,000 meters of drilling and the 6.5 million ounce indicated gold equivalent resource that we have at Whistler, and additional 4.2 million ounces inferred, by the way. But focusing on the flagship Whistler deposit, which is now 95% in the indicated category, we think it's a critical time for us to now move that forward and really frame out what a mining opportunity could look like at Whistler. So preliminary economic assessment, major milestone by year end. In parallel with that, we see significant exploration upside across the property. We've been putting some news out about how excited we are with respect to the porphyry cluster that we see around the Whistler deposit. We see a 5-mile radius porphyry cluster with multiple exploration targets. I think we stopped counting at about 25 individual targets that we can see in the geophysics. Now, we're probably not going to go drill those consecutively. We want to do a little bit of smart science to do some pathfinder geochemistry work, alteration studies, to determine which of those 25 targets, maybe the top 3 to 5, sort of have the best signature in terms of fertility for alteration and geochemistry, and then go target those. So we'll do that work this year and try to come up with some really key deeper drill targets for next year to continue to grow the exploration story at Whistler.
Well, Tim, thanks very much for sitting down with us. I think that this is one of those stories that's certainly going to be on a lot of watch lists, especially with some of the movement we've seen with some of the US gold stocks. And I think that our audience is probably going to have you on their watch list if they aren't already investors.
Thanks for your time.